Hey, this is Steve from Brand Salt Marketing. In the last video, we went through an example of a retail brand um, that wasn't really taking advantage of the opportunity on Amazon, where their niche was doing something like 200,000 pounds in revenue every month, and they were doing something like maximum 7,000 pounds. So today, though, I wanted to show an example of an opportunity for wholesalers, specifically because the products are unbranded generally. And so I just went to Amazon again, doing a very general search for the keyword glass bottles. And I'm using this week a different browser extension called Helium 10. Essentially, it does something very similar to Jungle Scout by scanning the data on the search result page. I'll just give it a second to open up here. And we can see very large revenues here. Of course, there's going to be a big difference between Amazon UK and Amazon US just because of the sheer volume of shoppers on Amazon.com. But we see revenues here almost across the board in the tens of thousands, a couple of people doing over 100,000. Let's just check. Yeah, and that's just 18-ounce glass drink bottles that people are selling. Juice bottles, that's a sauce bottle. These are got another woozy bottle. All kinds of these are swing top bottles, all kinds of different bottles doing tens of thousands of dollars in revenue. Looks like it's a very relatively large niche for just glass bottles. And I did some more specific searches also, like pickling jars. And for the search for pickling jars, we see again very high revenues. People selling pretty simple pickling jars here. This particular 12 pack is doing upwards of $170,000 per month on just that listing. So there's a lot of demand here, a lot of revenue to be generated on a monthly basis. I did also wanted to do pickling jars is also quite general, so I wanted to go a little bit more specific. To give you an idea, also like Boston round bottles. Okay, it's a certain type of bottle. You can see here these little amber bottles that might be used for medicine or perfumes or things like that. I don't know, whatever you want to put in there. And it's true that the revenues over here with this style of bottle are a lot lower, but generally with a wholesaler, so they've got a very large product catalog and can cater to all the different sizes and colors. For example, you have blue and amber and clear. And so even if an individual product or size is only selling, a couple $1,000s per month, but with their whole range, if you launch 100 such products, so you're talking about generating serious revenue. Now, I did a Google search with just to find some random wholesalers of glass bottle products in the States. And of course, there are dozens and dozens. Here's an O. Burke Company, BottleStore.com, and Carey Company, and Berlin Packaging, SKS. There's dozens, literally. So I just wanted to do a quick scan to see, is Berlin Packaging already selling on Amazon? And this is what I got when I searched. No image available. Basically they're not selling. SKS Bottle and Packaging, and they look like not only do they have an extensive catalog offering every size, shape, and color of these bottles, but they also have a page on their website dedicated to the fact that they're an American factory and they actually manufacture their own stuff. So that's a huge benefit. I did a search to see if they're selling, and this is their company and someone's selling some stuff from them, but if you'll notice in the sales estimates here, there's no data, and that's because they're selling so little that the software can't even make a proper estimate about how much they're selling. So essentially they're not on Amazon. But something that I did notice is when I did this Boston round bottle search, so there's this company that shows up several times on the search. Here's the amber bottles, here's the blue bottles, and actually they have They're showing up here with clear bottles, the glass bottle outlet, and they actually have their website there, which I think officially is against Amazon's terms of service. But let's just check it out what they have. Of course, they also have a full line of glass bottles and plastic bottles. And if we go and scan down, of course, look, they've got a full line of every different type of bottle, shape, size, different types of tops and sizes, etc. So this is an example of a wholesaler who is taking advantage of Amazon's platform, and they're actually doing quite well. They're showing up for at least this specific type of bottle. They're showing up a few times on the first page of their search results. This listing, if you look at the revenue, we're talking $5,000, and if we go down to this one, $9,000, almost 10, and this another one down here, another $3,000. So, and this is precursory research. I would have to delve more into their product catalog and to see if they have more opportunity that they could be taking advantage of. But certainly, these other wholesalers are not taking advantage of the opportunity, and they could be. So this is what Brand Salt Marketing does. We help companies like this, wholesalers like SKS and Berlin Packaging, to launch onto Amazon and to expand their business, increase their profit margins. And we run their whole Amazon operation, whether it's the daily customer service, inventory management and forecasting, to the PPC campaigns that are necessary to run on Amazon. And if you are a wholesaler or manufacturer, contact us today and find out if your products have a chance to sell on Amazon.